What exactly is a B.duck? I mean, what is this thing that INEO has been doing? Well, I wanted to find that out, and we're going to unbox the new INEO Air Mini with the B.duck theme. But first, let's talk about what is B.duck? Where did it come from? Let's dive in. Take a look at what I found about B.duck and also this awesome case that I found to match to store my B.duck in. In 1992, a cargo ship crossing the Pacific Ocean lost 29,000 rubber ducks to the sea. They drifted for decades across the world's oceans and inspired the creation of one of China's most beloved characters. In 2005, Hong Kong designer Eddie Hu wanted to create something special for his children. He designed a cheerful yellow duck with his own hairstyle, clever eyes, and a warm smile. He named it B.duck, the B standing for bathing. It was his father's gift of happiness. What started as a simple waterproof radio became a cultural phenomenon. Today, B.duck has sold over 400 licenses, 40,000 products, and more than 2,000 stores across 600 cities in China. With 19 million social media followers and collaborations with brands like Haiti and the Forbidden City, B.duck represents the gaucho, China's national trend movement. From a drifting duck in the ocean to the largest domestic IP in China, B.duck proves that playfulness and joy are truly universal. Life moves fast, sometimes too fast. What do you do when you feel like you need help and you can't slow down? Well, friends, I'm here to tell you about a new service from Deadfred. That service is called Relaxo.
Deadfred Pharmaceuticals presents Relaxo. Restore the calm amidst the chaos.
That's right. Relaxo is a once a week shot you can take that will help things slow down. You've heard of people wanting things to speed up. Well, this is not that. Relaxo helps you relax. Taken once weekly as prescribed by your doctor, Relaxo can help you play many more retro games, including no wait, that sounds terrible. That's not a great idea. Don't do something like that. Hey deadheads, welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new deadheads. Today, we're going to take a look at the INEO Pocket Air Mini and the B.duck Limited Edition. All right, so as with any limited edition, we do have a box, a different box. And this does have the B.duck picture on it. It's a nice, attractive box. I like the way this box feels. It has a nice raised edge right here. We do have the B.duck information with the B.duck itself right there, front and center. Moving around the sides, we start to get a little more information, and all of this is very nicely designed for this limited edition. The B.duck INEO, Real Gamers, No Gamers, INEO Pocket Air Mini, and then we do have Be Playful. And it is pretty much the same thing on each end. We do have the INEO logo and the B.duck logo on opposite ends of that. Moving to the bottom of it, and we do have the typical information. One thing I wanted to show here is we do have the official B.duck holographic label here with a QR code. Now, if you scan the QR code, it does take you to the B.duck website. We also have information. Again, this is a MediaTek MT8185V or the G90T, as we learned from before. And it says B.duck Sunny Pop 3 gigabyte and 64 gig edition. It says B.duck Sunny Pop. So I wonder if there's going to be further B.duck editions. I don't know. We've seen different sort of B.duck designs from them in the past. So perhaps we'll see another limited run of this. But getting the box open here, and we'll take a look inside. And as always, we will move the handheld out of the way here. And like with the original box, there's not a lot in here. We do have a little QR code here which is the instruction manual, product user guide, and software instruction manual that kind of explains everything. It is in English and Chinese. And then we do have our USB-C cord here. Now again, this is USB-C to C, none of that A business, so I really like that. It's nice that it includes that. No screen protector in the special edition, no case or anything like that, but that's okay. But let's put this in here and get the handheld out because, of course, that is what we want to take a look at. And aside from the limited edition color and design, this is identically the same as the previous Ioneo Air Pocket Mini that we reviewed. But let's take a look at this and oh, first in the hands expressions. Boy, this feels really nice in the hands. And what an attractive colorway. I didn't realize that it actually has two tones there. So if you take a look here at the screen, you can kind of see with the lighting that there are two tones of yellow. It's a gradient. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. I do like yellow. I think yellow is a very attractive color. And in the hand, this feels really nice. It does feel a little different than the retro one we have. There is some sort of material on it, some sort of coating, as I show you here side by side, both of them. There is a little bit of coating that just feels a little smoother, a little more refined, a little more premium, which is not exactly a surprise there, or shouldn't be a surprise there. But holding these up next to each other so you can kind of see the two of these, the retro color here, and then the B.duck color, you can kind of see, you know, these are identical except for pretty much the design of it. But that being said, we will still take this through its regular paces and we'll test it out just to see if the hardware has changed any, because you never know. You don't know if the hardware's changed for a special edition. I'm not thinking it will, but why not try it out? So let's start with the buttons. And yes, those buttons feel really nice. And as I show pressing both buttons on the original retro version and on this limited edition, they feel pretty much identically the same. I don't feel any difference in them. So for my taste or whatever, these are pretty much the same. Um, Moving on to the sticks, and we do have those wonderful sticks that we've come to love quite a bit from Ioneo and many other brands. And yes, it does take, just like with the regular Pocket Air, it does take the Odin Portal Pro sticks that I like to use. Hit the link in the description if you want to pick some of those up from AliExpress yourself. But it does take those. This has a good range of motion. These feel really good. And the yellow color that comes on here is a nice touch. It looks really nice on the handheld. Moving over to the D-pad, and yes, we have this beautiful yellow D-pad that matches, but it's the same D-pad. It's got that nice same design to it. The pivoting on it is pretty good. And when I was using the retro color, I come to love the D-pad quite a bit. My favorite D-pad for them remains on the Pocket S line, but this one is pretty nice. It's not bad, especially when you consider this to be a budget handheld. Now, this is running about $10 more than the retro one for the limited edition, but you're getting that official B.duck along with that holographic sticker to prove that it's a B.duck. But moving up to the shoulder buttons, and they feel exactly the same. They're just in that nice new yellow color. They do have a nice good range of motion. We have full stacked triggers here, none of that inline stuff. One of the reasons I felt that this was just a wonderful product. And then my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts, we do have that RC and LC, that bar there, that's right there. I have found that to be so effective. I've gotten so used to using it that when I'm using something else like my Odin or Thor, I kind of miss having that button right there. So it's very effective. Looking along the top of this, and we do have our vent on the top along with our volume plus and minus and our power button. Looking around the sides of the handheld, again, there's nothing on the sides, just that nice shape. Moving to the bottom, we do have our SD card door along with our speaker holes. And then we have a headphone jack and a USB-C port right there in the center. Looking on the back of this, we have a beautiful design. This is what you're paying for, guys. We've got the nice little B.Duck logo right there, the real gamers, no gamers, along with the Ion Neo. And this is a sort of a raised texture. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's not really a sticker. It feels like it's part of the plastic. It's really nice. Then we got this sort of label sticker here. I kind of wish that wasn't there. And then over here, we got Mr. B.Duck. He's right here over here in the corner. So this is a nice design. Some of the B.Duck designs I've seen are a little bit much for me, but this one's just nice and lemonade banana. Again, that nice gradient color going from left to right here. I think it's nice and classy. It's not over the top. Looking at the front, we do have, again, a B.Duck over here, and then we have the actual character along with Be Playful down here on the bottom. This is, again, a really nice handheld. I like this handheld so much. We have our Ion Neo button down here, the hardware button, which is something that I like and use quite a bit, our home button over here and select, and then we have a return menu button right there. So yeah, the hardware here is essentially the same, but it has a nicer feeling to it. The coating on it, it's got the nice design. It's not over the top. I think it's just enough to put on there to make it really nice and pleasant. I think it looks fantastic. This feels great in the hand. I like the two-tone. The colors are great. Overall, I think Ion Neo did a wonderful job along with B.Duck in co-branding this and giving this that nice little touch to a handheld we already liked. Now, the opposite is we're creeping up in price. We're at $120 retail for this, where we were talking about $99, for early bird for this. So we're $20 up, and we'll keep moving up in that range. But with the prices of everything going up, it's still a great deal. And remember, this is limited. There's no telling how many this is going to be. And Ion Neo has recently warned that some of their products are going to be super limited. So if you want this guy, you better get it now at the price, because it's only going to go up in price. But overall, found the experience to be really good. Let's talk about the gaming experience. I'm going to wrap this up because the gaming experience on this G90T or H81V, whatever that is really good for a lot of things, but some things not great for. But we'll be right back. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, AliExpress, and their huge sale that is starting this month on the 16th, their anniversary sale. That's right, AliExpress is celebrating with a huge sale. And one of the products that you can pick up at a great price is this. Yes, Ambernick's new controller. We've been using this controller and testing it out. And yes, it's a crazy one that has the heartbeat sensor and it has the screen on it, but it's got great micro switches. It comes in an awesome color like this yellow, and it just hooks up and works. I was able to use the dongle to have it connect really quickly. I also tested it with Bluetooth. You can use it on a variety of items, and like Ambernick usual quality, it's really well made. Make sure you hit the links in the description below so you can save with the codes of the biggest sales of the year. We'd like to thank AliExpress for as always being our partner in this channel. Check it out, guys. Anyways, back to the show. All right, so booting into this, we do have a nice little surprise. So as we boot in here, the Ion Neo logo, you can see that we do have a special little B.Duck theme. What a fun surprise that was to learn that and see that, because I think it's really cool. That B.Duck character is something else, isn't he? And aside from that, and the theme of it is still Android, and it's still your Android to set up. So as you can see here, I'm using something called the Smart Launcher 6. I've been using this on a lot of my devices because I like it and I can keep it sort of organized across devices. But you can use any old front end. As you can see here, I have Emulation Station Desktop Edition set up here, and you can set that up as you've seen in other videos as you see fit. Using this handheld has pretty much been a very similar or the same experience that we had earlier when we first took a look at the Ion Neo Pocket Air Mini. The Helio G90T is somewhat close to the Helio G99, and more than the G85. So we've seen a lot of this Helio CPUs lately in our gaming lineup here. And this particular CPU and GPU combo can play a decent amount of PS2. So as I play some footage here, you can see that we were able to get some of our favorites up and running. Something like Crash Twinsanity runs fairly well and looks great at 1.25x. You can even maybe push it up to 1.5x. Also, you can see some of the other PS2 games that I was able to get playing here, which look pretty good. It is also overall a really good system to play for anything below that. All the stuff, including, yes, Duck Station and PlayStation 1, is going to look great and fantastic. And also, one of my favorite systems to play on here out of all the systems that you could be playing is none other than the Dreamcast. Just look how gorgeous Dreamcast looks on this. It is a beautiful 4:3 screen. I think it's been way overblown about the ghosting issues that are on this panel. While this panel is not quite a premium panel, this is also not a terrible panel. This 4.2-inch screen at a 4.3 aspect ratio is perfect for a lot of gaming here. And Dreamcast just looks just so beautiful on here. I hadn't really played this game, this one I'm showing called Floygan Brothers, but it's quite an interesting game and it just looks gorgeous. Now, you can still play all your retro favorites and play all the kind of stuff in RetroArch as I show you some of the other games I've been exploring here. The CPU and chipset is quite versatile. GameCube is going to play equally fairly as well. But overall, my experience playing this was similar or pretty much the same to previous. It's just now in this beautiful B.du colorway with this handheld that feels great, looks great, and has a nice little theme to it. So that's it. We learned a little bit about what b.du is. We got to see the unboxing and opening of this, and I think that this is going to be a wonderful choice for people who would like to collect. Now, is it worth $10 more over the retro? That's up to you. I don't know. For me, yes, it is. I'm a collector. But for most people, I think the retro is going to be just great. But we also don't know how limited that run is. This is probably or possibly one of the best values that you're going to ever see out of Ioneo. With rising costs and everything, we may not see another handheld like this. So this is still probably my favorite handheld in this price range, although there's so many competitions out. And the Game MTEX8 that I've been playing with that beautiful 3:2 aspect ratio is also a contender in the same price range. But this is going to play a lot of stuff also great, and it just has that great, nice form factor. Well, as always, guys, remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones because tomorrow is never promised. But we'll see you next time, Deadheads. Deadfred out. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about something that's very important to me, very important to everyone, and that's drinking water. Yes, clean drinking water. We got the opportunity to test out this pitcher from Epic Water Filters, a US born company that is setting the standard in water filtration for home. Yes, we can go out and buy plastic bottled water, but why waste all that extra plastic when you can use this at home? In fact, if you don't know this, some of the water out there can have so many terrible things in it, like arsenic, chlorine, fluoride, lead, mercury, things that your body doesn't need. So, if you're like me, you might want to try out one of these filters. We got a chance to test it, and I got to say, I'm mighty impressed. It's super simple to set up. You just put the filter in there, make sure it's attached, screwed on. You put water into the top part, let it seep through, do it 2 runs, and then you're ready to go. Once you go, you have a 90-day meter on top that helps remind you when the filter is ready to be changed. You can hit the link in the description to pick one up on Amazon if you want. And we found the water to taste delicious, and we also help save the environment. Even their packaging is 100% compostable. So again, check out the link to Epic Water Filters, and check out, they also have some bottles and other items to help you drink more sustainably and better for our environment. Anyways, back to the show.